We ain't wrestling. He's swinging for the fences.
Well, the two guys, well, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 will probably be Gervonta Tank Davis.
Do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skill.
Floyd Mayweather couldn't believe what he was seeing. 1 second he was watching Gervonta Davis move through, sparring like it was a casual workout, and the next boom, a heavyweight twice. His size hit the canvas like a tree in slow motion. The entire gym froze.
And I was about to spar, before I was about to spar Tank, he was sparring this big boy.
A heavyweight?
Heavyweight boy. And Tank hit that nigga, he hit him so hard that he was on the top of the rope just like this. I'm like, I thought he died. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I thought he died.
Floyd, who is typically the most composed person in a room, got that infrequent look that suggested, wait a minute, did that actually just occur? It was visible to you. That mixture of amazement and pride. The same expression a scientist has when his experiment fails, but somehow functions flawlessly.
Tell me about the two heavyweights he knocked out and dropped.
I don't drop no names.
No names. Tell me about the situation. So he spars one.
Hit him with a body shot.
Went down.
And I'm talking 200 plus pounds. And the other one he hit with a headshot.
And he went down too?
And he went down.
But people don't expect a guy 130, table it.
And I'm not just exaggerating because Tank is our fighter. Tank has it. Punching power. I don't know where it comes from.
Tank didn't even blink, let alone rejoice or flex. With his gloves off, he simply took a step back, as if that's what occurs when power and timing collide. And that was when Floyd, a man who has witnessed every punch, every perspective, and every fighter under the sun, recognized that Gervonta Davis was more than just his protege. He is a one-man show that is constantly changing the laws of physics.
You were introduced to a lot of people when that clip of you sparring Tank was released, right?
He doesn't give off a genuine spirit to me. So he's just very like emotional, kind of angry, kind of guy.
Was he like that with you after you touched him up, or just before even?
Yeah, I mean just the whole sparring really.
There's a part in the clip he hits you when you're down, and then he turns around, and I think you hit him.
Yeah, like sparring, he was kind of like just doing like little.
The crazy part comes next. That knockout wasn't even an isolated incident. Heavyweights are regular opponents of Gervonta Davis. He wants to feel truly threatened throughout training, not for attention or influence. He reasoned that no one my size could possibly threaten me if I could withstand the explosives from a 230-pounder.
In his career, Tank can fight at 140, 147. He has that power.
I think he could be multiple champion, maybe in 54.
Oh, yeah.
Now, one time he went to a gym in Memphis, sparred 4 guys, broke 4 noses in one afternoon. Do you have other examples of things like that Tank did in boxing?
Since he was a kid, man. When Tank was 14 years old, he was sparring state champions, man, and grown men.
And it really does show. During battles, you can observe how he takes the strain. The way he maintains his composure in the face of bullying from larger men. That right there is heavyweight education. Additionally, these are not amicable sparring sessions. One mistake in these full-contact chess bouts may send your mouthpiece flying into the 3rd row.
In the corner, and he threw a 1-2-1-2, and I was blocking it, but then he started pushing my head, like he was like purposely pushing me down. He pushed my head all the way down, and then he was hitting me on my back. So then everybody was like, hey, what you doing? So then I got up, and he asked me if I was good, and then right when I said I was good, he just started hitting me. And he turned around because everybody was like, what are you doing? And then I just hit him. Like I said, protect yourself at all.
Calvin isn't seeking a showy KO line for the cameras or boosting highlight reels. In order to make the battle a lesson rather than a photo opportunity, he states up front that he is training Tank to discipline Jake Paul. That matters because you have to pay attention when the trainer who has developed the man from a child tells you that he is focusing on persistent damage and dominance rather than one-hit theatrics. Here's the hot take, then. Jake causes mayhem, but Calvin is bringing up antiquated rules. The things that don't trend on Instagram but have the power to transform careers include bodywork, pace control, and exploitable holds.
That's my partner, Coach Kenny. I don't look for knockouts. I want to be able to punish him so bad where he look over and say, yo, you're a beast.
So, you know when you're training him, because you know he's got that lights off power, that one where if you don't belong in there with him, you won't belong in there with him. Is that something that you don't work on? It's like, that's there already. If you work
on the stuff that I need to work on for what particular opponent I'm in front of.
The notion that Jake believes this is a cameo makes me laugh. It sounds as though this camp has crammed a syllabus onto the ring and will fail the final exam. I'm with Calvin for the time being, but we'll find out whether the showman makes it through the syllabus. 4 clicks. Don't anticipate fireworks. Anticipate a clinic that makes headlines, leaving readers to wonder why anyone believed a fresh act could outlast an assassin who has been disciplined and honed via actual training.
He's underrated in that aspect of his game. Not that it matters, but do you think he is?
To tell you the truth, I want them to keep being the way they are. I don't want him to be the way they want him to be. Like at the end of the day, long we keep getting great results, the results and the numbers will speak for itself.
Okay, so we just listened to Calvin Ford say that he isn't training Tank for a single knockout, but rather to bluntly discipline Jake Paul. Gabe Rosado then gives some candid commentary on this matchup. In essence, Gabe is sending out a warning flag, saying, "Hey Tank, don't sleep on this guy. He can apprehend you and put a stop to your evening." And every syllable has a sense of tension. I adore the way he simplifies it. Tank is sleek, indeed. He is astute. He has spent his entire life battling monsters. Tank doesn't see Jake's strength, stature, and reach every day though.
Sometimes losing because they don't realize that Jake actually takes it serious. So this is good to hear. Just already right off the rip, they were already doing something.
Surprise. So tell me, when did you hear about this?
They've been going back and forth for years, Tank and Jake. They've been going at it for years, and it would have happened sooner. You know what I'm saying? But we have hiccups in life.
Man, pay attention. I've heard that he makes $40 million. Recover your money. Because, listen, dog, this sport is cruel. We were able to move around. And you can't be angry with Tank if you want to place yourself in a situation where you can earn that much money. Make your money because, after all is said and done, who will provide for your children's food? Who will look after your family? Who is going to look after you? I'm not angry with Tank, then. Get your money back.
Get your money. Because listen, this sport is brutal, dog. You got hustle and bustle. And to put yourself in a position where you can make that kind of money, you can't be mad at Tank. Make your money, because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, who's going to feed your kids? Who's going to take care of your family? Who's going to take care of you? So I ain't mad at Tank. Get your money.
Because Gab has been in Jake's shoes, he understands the angles and is essentially saying, Tank, you better respect the science here because one slip and it's lights out. This makes his viewpoint invaluable. I'm not lying. As I sit here, I believe that this is the ideal balance of deft competence and strong attention-grabbing ability. You sense the thrill. This fight feels surprising because of Gabe's caution, which adds that extra zing. Tank has left a strong legacy, but Gab's eyes serve as a reminder that one blow, one error, and we're changing headlines. We watch boxing because it's more than simply skill. It's chess with fists and a dash of mayhem added.
We're talking about Jake Paul, 200 pounds, a heavyweight. If one of those shots let go, and you gotta remember, what Tank is not used to is the height and reach advantage. So maybe Tank could drop and think he's away, but Jake got that extra 3-4 inches that Tank ain't used to. They can catch him. That could make a difference. But at the same time, Tank could punch too. And I wouldn't be surprised if Tank hurt Jake.
Okay, so Gabe Rosado just laid out the plan and warned Tank about Jake Paul's stature, reach, and ability for a single blow. Keeping things brutally honest, we now turn to Andre Berto. Berto is essentially telling us that Tank isn't here to make friends by waving the psychological flag. He has come to retrieve the bag. Savage honesty is something I adore. Tank believed that everything was against him after the Roach fight. He considered retiring, but now he doesn't give a damn about your opinions in the comments section, your Twitter tirades, or your hot takes. He enters Atlanta with the air of a man on a mission, lighting off, rethinking his life decisions, concentrating only on being paid and sending Jake Paul home. I'm sitting here thinking, yep, this is the ideal combination of skill, swagger, and straight-up business hustle, as you can practically hear the cash registers ringing.
Paul and Gervonta Davis. Wow. Wow, that sounds crazy. That sounds real crazy. But doing it in Atlanta was a very smart strategic move. Because one thing about Atlanta, I lived in Atlanta for a good 4 to 5 years, and I know one thing when it comes to us, anything that's popping in the city, they coming out. They coming out. The city is coming.
In addition, Berto raises a valid issue regarding Atlanta. It's more than simply a fight. It is a major event. The city is going to appear. Jake Paul and Energy Electric had every seat occupied. He's going to learn about something he hasn't actually seen before. A stadium packed with fans that genuinely care about authentic boxing. When Berto reminds us that it's entertainment now, he strikes the ideal balance between a hot take and a reality check. However, Tank has a clever strategy. It's as much about psychology as it is about blows. He is making a statement with the fight. You can be angry, hateful, or trolled about the game, but you're left staring at the lights when Tank cashes the check at the conclusion of the evening. The way Berto deconstructs it, man. You feel the intensity, the stakes, and the impending anarchy as you watch this fight.
The city will be coming out. It's going to be packed. A packed house in Atlanta to come out. But of course, support Gervonta, because like I say, Jake ain't never in his life going to see a stadium so filled with black people in his life. You know what I mean? They coming out. It's going to be crazy, right? I see a lot of people in the comments, of course, they're upset about it because we're true boxing.
Okay, allow me to now offer my thoughts on why this whole Tank versus Jake Paul controversy is, in fact, interesting mayhem encased in a boxing battle. Let's start by asking why they are fighting. It's easy. Tank desires the sack. Jake desires attention. The fans, well, all they want is crazy entertainment. Tank is taking this very seriously. He is a global champion right now. Nevertheless, he's taking on a YouTube celebrity because it's a calculated financial move. Ignore the haters. This is the 101 of modern boxing economics. Tank is aware that the Roach fight made him resentful, making him doubt his position and perhaps consider retiring. This isn't just another paycheck, then. It's a declaration. He is still present, still important, still the focal point, and he is taking charge of his story.
I'm not surprised that he made a fight like that happen, because he doesn't care what you think anymore. Gervonta does not care what y'all think anymore. The way he felt after that Roach fight, how he felt like everybody turned on him. He was already talking about retiring, and he hate this fight.
Now, let's take a moment to discuss that Roach rematch angle. Tank was shook by that fight. He felt under strain, as though everyone was questioning him, and perhaps even as though he was finished. Here's the problem, though. It takes more than money or publicity to take on Jake Paul. In the ring, it's therapy. In a single evening, Tank gets to vent all of his resentment at Roach, the critics, and everyone who questions his legacy. And Atlanta is the ideal location. A city that will provide vitality. Make this more than a simple altercation. Organize a show where Tank may remind everyone of he remains a superstar. So, no, this isn't only a fist fight. It is a contest of wills, cunning, and a certain swagger that only Tank Davis can muster. This is one of those occasions when boxing and pure entertainment collide. I'm here for every moment of it, to be honest.
And just going to get the bag. He don't care what you think. He's going to go in there and get the bag, and I know Al Heyman. Al Heyman, I already know Al said, you know what? Forget what they talking about. I'm going to send you to the bank. I'm going to send you to the bank and make sure you get paid, and whatever you want to do after that, that's your business. But let's go get the...
People will be discussing this type of conflict for years to come. Memes will be going viral, and discussions will never cease. And it's live for us to see. This matchup is a complete mess that is just ready to blow up, so share your thoughts in the comment section. Additionally, Remember to hit the boxing headquarters like, share, and subscribe buttons. You don't want to miss a second of the action, I promise. See you in the upcoming